All right, here's a kitchen conundrum that I know a lot of people have. Poaching eggs. It's something that's very intimidating, but actually really simple to do. You just need to know the tricks. Most people, your eggs turn out like this. The egg white is kind of splayed and thin, has all of those wispy strands to it. But I'm gonna show you how to poach a perfectly round egg just like this. And it's very simple to do. Let me get started. So the most important thing is using farm fresh eggs. The fresher the egg, the better, and I'm gonna show you why. One egg, and I like to crack it into one of these mesh strainers here. And what that does is it separates the white. There are two components in the egg white. There's a thick white and there's a thin white. What this does is it strains away the thin white. And this is what you want to discard because this creates those wispy strands of white when you poach your egg. In addition to the whites, there's the egg yolk, which we all know, and then a little membrane called the chalazé, which is a membrane that connects the white and the yolk. So I'm just going to gently pour this into a bowl, and you can see I'm ready to poach. So now I have a pot of simmering water. You want water that's just under boiling point, about 180 to 190 degrees. That's a good temperature for poaching eggs. And into the water, I'm gonna add a little bit of salt. And what salt does is it increases the density of the water and really helps the egg float off of the bottom, which is what you want. You don't want the egg sitting on the bottom. And a tablespoon and a half of a white vinegar, a neutral vinegar, nothing that has a lot of flavor. And I'm gonna give it a little bit of a stir just so that the salt dissolves. And creating a whirlpool, you want a vortex, because you're gonna drop your egg right into the center of the vortex. And what that does is it brings the whites up over the egg yolk. It kind of encases the egg yolk, and that gives you a really nice shape. Again, the salt, what it does is it creates little bubbles in the water around the egg white, and it's gonna help to kind of levitate it off the bottom, which helps the egg to cook at an even rate. And you can see the white just kind of wrapped up over the yolk. There are hardly any wispy strands of egg white, and that's because we strained it out using the strainer. So it's been about a minute and a half, depending on the size of the egg. It will take between a minute and 2 minutes. And you can see that the white is just set and the yolk is still soft, so this is perfect, ready to go. What I like to do when I'm making a big brunch, when I'm doing a big breakfast, I love to poach eggs and then place them in a bowl of ice water, and it stops the cooking process. And you can do this in advance in a big batch, and then just heat them gently right before serving in the same pot of water. But I'm gonna serve this one up, and I like to just rest it on a towel, something to absorb any excess moisture. And you could, if you'd like, you can trim away any wispy strands. And I like to serve this on toast. Of course, you could use an English muffin. If you're gonna do a hollandaise sauce, that would be great. And there you have it, perfectly poached eggs. If you have any kitchen conundrums that you need solved, write in the comment section below or reach out to me using the hashtag kitchen conundrums, and I will solve whatever problems you may have.